All right, so let's start in our, we'll do a seated meditation practice first. It was quite chilly this morning in New York. Now it's getting warmer. So we're going to utilize so arrange your mountain. Lindsay, you got your Virasana going on. So Virasana is the Sanskrit for hero's pose, right? So if sitting cross-legged is perhaps not the best option for you, your seated mountain can be on your knees. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit. Okay, so I'm on a cushion. I have a meditation cushion and a bolster. Because I sit for so long sometimes that I really need to make sure that I have height. And also what I'm trying to do in sitting like this is heal an injury from sitting cross-legged for so long. Okay, so if you're ever experiencing any issue from sitting cross-legged, just sit like this. Virasana, hero's pose, the block or cushion, bolster, whatever you have, is actually under the sit bones. And what we're going to do is internally rotate the flesh of the right thigh and then the left. And you'll find a stronger, more clear connection to your sit bones. Notice if you're leaning forward or back. I find there's a tendency with Zoom to always be leaning forward. And if you're on your knees, you can take your fists and kind of roll them into the bottoms of your feet. And this will help to begin to loosen the plantar fascia. And the fascia is one of the largest organs in the body. It goes over all of the other organs and muscles. Right, so you may find that if the plantar fascia is tight, you can start developing fasciitis, which is very painful, but then that can start to migrate up the Achilles tendon into the hip or the hamstring, right? Sometimes an issue over here has to do with something over here, right? And then broaden the collarbones, lift up the sternum, draw the belly button into the spine. And we are going to utilize a pure Yawn Mudra. So we've done this before. Thumb, pinky, and middle finger come together. And it's like a cup. And bring this, let the arms, actually, there's a moth dive bombing me. Let the arms kind of hang. That's it, Lindsay. And the hands come to just below the belly button at the lower dantian. And then you can draw up on the pelvic floor, close the earthly doors. Press the tip of the tongue up at the roof of the mouth. There's a little sweet spot there. And then the crown of the skull is open. That's the heavenly gate. And I'll guide us through a little bit of breathing. But ideally what we're doing is drawing in all of the energy of the sun into our hands, into the lower dantian, to help ground us to the earth. And along that energy, you can also begin to draw all of the wisdom and compassion of the past, present, and future Buddhas. So take a deep inhale with me. Hold it gently. And exhale slowly. And again, deep inhale. Hold it gently. Exhale slowly. And you can think of this wisdom light as flowing in and nourishing your organs, kidneys, kind of rooting you to the earth as well. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to take 3 more breaths. We're also going to utilize the throat lock. So take a deep inhale. Lift the sternum up, drop the chin down into the sternal notch, retain the breath. If you need to release the breath before I give the prompt, please do. But then we'll lift the chin and exhale slowly, slowly. And again, deep inhale. Drop the chin down. And you can experiment, so just retain this breath, but when you exhale, experiment with sending the breath down into the earth and then also up through the crown of the skull. So lift the chin, exhale slowly, slowly. And one more, deep inhale. Drop the chin down, lengthening the back of the neck. Remember to engage the earthly doors. And then lift the chin. Exhale up through the crown of the skull and down into the earth. Bring your awareness to what you hear. Where you hear that in your body. Right? And sound may begin to have color and kind of wave, which of course it does. Notice what you smell or don't smell. Notice what you taste, where you taste it on your tongue. And then bring your awareness to the quality of air along your right cheekbone, the hollow of your left elbow. And as you inhale, can you notice how you're changing the volume of air in the room? And as you exhale, This is the universe breathing into you, and you breathing into the universe. And then deep inhale. Kind of peel the fingers apart. Turn the palms out. Feel the energy of the heavens falling into your hands. Turn the palms down. Feel the energy of the earth rising up to meet your hands and also pass through your hands. And then bring your hands to the human. All right, this collection of muscle, tissue, bones, molecules that you are calling I. Every once in a while, I'm kind of amazed that we just don't like. So we're all, is everybody cross-legged? I can't really see. Cross-legged or on knees? Who's on knees? Everybody's on knees. Mary, what are you doing? You're muted, I can't tell. You're in a chair? Okay. So doesn't matter if we're all going to do this, right? So I'm going to bring my hands down to the ground. Mary, you can bring your hands to the chair arms if there are arms, and just pause. And really begin to feel the difference between human and floor or chair. There's a phrase, some of you may know it, but the quickening. Yeah, I think it comes from Westerns, but we are the quickening. Doesn't it, Mary? It comes from Westerns, right? The quick and the dead.
Martha Graham has a quote about the quickening, the life force. You know, Martha Graham, so it's incredible. I'll text you later.
Please do, and we'll share it with everybody. But so this is it, right? We are the quick. We're not dead yet. We will be, but right now we are the quick. Notice the quick. My hands are on concrete and it's a very different frequency or vibration. And that's not some new age bullshit, but like literally different vibration than like wood or stone, right? So notice. Okay, and then for those of us that are on our knees, and Mary, you can do this too, but what we're going to do is you can either just kind of come up into hands and knees, roll over your feet maybe, and just come into a forward fold. Let your head hang. Right, this is the quick moving, the quick. And you can wag your head yes, wag it no, putter your lips. Bend the knees. If you've got some lower back issues, if not, keep your legs engaged, but engage the quads to help protect your knees, and then inhale, come up with a flat back or roll up, whatever works best for your back. I don't like rolling up, it feels weird. So let me back this up. What I'd like to play with today, and this is such an essential thing too for monkey mind. And I think Mary and Mikkel, you and I, and all three of us have like some pretty intense monkey mind happening right now. And Rashem, you've got puppy. right? So one of the ways to work with monkey mind is what we just did, right? Which is a mindfulness practice, but also moving really slow, right? In Qigong, slow is the fast way. So we're going to play with that a little bit. Let's do just a quick little discharge. Start off in your, let me move my coffee. Start off in your mountain, lifting up the lower ribs, smoothing down the lower back. Hands are in the Taiji Mudra. Inhaling. Exhale. Arrange your mountain. Right. Utilize the architecture of the body to help you align your mind. Notice if you're supinating or pronating in your feet. If you're not sure, look down. And bring your awareness to the arch of the right foot and the left. Okay, and because we're also playing with energy and connecting to energy, what we're going to do is deeply engage the quads. So you're going to exterior rotate the upper thighs and interior rotate of the shin bones. And notice how that energy rises up through the central channel. Little grip in the toes. Relax your butt. Earthly doors are closed, heavenly gate is open. Connect to the spiritual needle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, release the mudra. Right, again, noticing how you're moving molecules of air. Step to the right. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale into the sky. Okay, well, we've all done a shake, so reach your hands up and notice as you reach your hands up, the heels lift off. Okay. As you do this with your feet, can you bring your awareness to the difference in the molecular vibration of the floor and you? And what have you almost turned on, like every cell of your body? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, arms come down, shoulder height, slight bend in the elbows. Inhale, begin to bend down. And then exhale, jump up and release. Oh God. All right. So as I said, we've all kind of done a shake before, right? Shake your body, do your thing, undo the doing. Right? If you have a lot of energy, this might be much more kind of like vibrant. If you don't have as much energy, maybe it's a little slower. Right? Attend to yourself with kindness and compassion and hopefully some humor. Right? If you're working with fall allergies like I am, you know, maybe spend a little more time in the sinuses. If you're working with exhaustion, maybe pay attention to your kidneys. And again, you can utilize sound. You guys can join me in the crazed shaman tongue wag. Or not. All right, so take like another 10, 20 seconds to shake it out, undo the doing, because I want to be able to really play with some form here. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. And you may notice, as I am, that there's parts of me that are a bit more fluid and moving than others. So step the right foot back to the left, draw the arms around. You can, I encourage you to do this with your eyes closed. Drawing the arms around, the fingers face each other, they don't touch. Palms face the earth. Bring the hands back down into the Taiji Mudra. And pause and notice. Inhale. Exhale, release the mudra again. We're going to start off with the 3 treasures. Step out to, so I just have to share this with you guys. This plane just flew overhead. And one of my practices is to send loving kindness to all the people on the plane. But it was like this Tesla coil, like, may you all be safe. All right, come into your horse stance. So your horse stance, depending upon your body and where you are right now, can be super deep, right? Or maybe more shallow, right? Notice what your feet are doing. That's so funny. I was dreaming about horses last night, Mary. Have the hands in the ready position, earthly doors closed, heavenly gate is open. 3 treasures: the earth, the human, and the heavens. Inhale, turn the palms up. Drawing earth energy into the body. Roll the shoulders back. Turn the palms to the sun. Exhale. Practice photosynthesis. Inhale. Exhale, straighten the legs and press out. Press through the palms. And then for 1 second, press out even more. And then extend the fingers long. So the wrists are straight. That's it. Reach your fingers through the walls, the doors, the windows. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Okay, if your quads are pretty open, you can straighten your legs. Just hang for one moment. Again, your hands are like an MRI or an X-ray. Scan the floor. Perhaps scan beneath the floor. And then inhale. Bend the knees slightly. Exhale, draw the earth into your body slowly, slowly. Right, all the minerals of the earth nourishing your organs. Roll the shoulders back when they get about chest height, and then turn the palms to the sun. Inhale. Exhale. Feel the energy of the earth flow into your hands, move into your wrists, down your forearms. Right? Perhaps flowing into any injury that you have. Inhale. Exhale, straighten the legs and press out. That's it. Press, 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 press. Inhale. Exhale, expand. Reach your fingers so long that it's almost like you can touch mine from across the country. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. I encourage you, if you feel comfortable, do it with your eyes closed. So inhale. Slight bend in the knees. Exhale. Draw the earth into you. Don't forget about the earthly doors. Okay, roll the shoulders back, hands to the sun. Inhale, pause. Exhale, pause. Inhale. Straighten the legs. Press out on the exhale. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Straighten the fingers. Pause. Bring your awareness to your back body. If your eyes are closed, and even if they're not, but if they are closed, can you look around you? And look inside you. Inhale. Exhale, fold. And then inhale. Slowly, slowly roll up. Okay, and we're going to pause right here at the ready position in our horse stance. Okay, 3 treasures. I always kind of think of it as the warm up, right? And there's reasons for that. It lengthens the hamstrings, it opens the chest, Yeah. So from here, we're going to step back into our mountain. Okay. Again, coming down. Play with lowering the eyes or closing them. Hands coming down, smoothing down the subtle body meridians into Taiji Mudra. And now we're going to play with heaven element. Okay, so heaven element, nice, Mikhail. Mikhail's going slow. That's good. Heaven element is the first in the prenatal series. So from here, draw the arms around. Hands come into prayer. And then they come down to the midline at your heart. That's it. And then inhale. Turn the left fingers down. Yeah. Exhale, right hand comes up, left hand comes down. Turn the right hand to catch the sun, left hand to catch the earth. Beautiful, that's it. And a little bit lower, Mikhail, like right at the lower dantian. Yeah, and then this arm you want to bend a little bit. Yeah. Mary, turn your turn your hand the other way, Mary. Yeah. Okay, so watch me first, and then we're going to do it all together, okay? I'm going to inhale. Exhale. That's it. And again, inhaling. Exhale. Okay, so in the beginning, this is a boxed breath pattern, right? So pause for a moment, press up and press down. Okay, what we're doing essentially is drawing the yin yang with our bodies. And you may notice like patterns of light on one side or the other, right? Just notice. So move with me, inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. And then you can play with making this super dynamic, right? In which you're really like pressing out. Yeah, so you can think about moving through air. Or what would it be like if you were moving through water? Perhaps imagine even what would it be like to move through something thicker, maybe sand or snow. That's it, Mikhail. Nice, Linz. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 more, I think. But you choose for you, of course, which, kind of amount of energy that you're playing with here. And perhaps add a mantra. You can say this to yourself or, join me, like inhale. One of my favorites, in liberating myself, may I benefit all beings. Exhale. Okay, inhale. May all beings everywhere be free from pain and suffering. Exhale. Inhale. May all beings be happy. Exhale. Okay. Actually, we'll do a couple more, but choose whatever mantra works for you. This literally is the embodiment of us as prayer wheels. And notice whatever arises, right, in your mind. Perhaps for the next moment or so, you become a Buddha. Inhaling. And exhaling. Pause here, wherever you are, pressing up and pressing down. And then inhale, bringing the hands back right in front of the middle dantian, the heart dantian. And bring your hands close. Okay, we're gonna just play with a little energy here before we go into archer. Okay, so coming back into your mountain. Inhale. Begin to draw the right hand away. This is called, I don't know why, I mean, I know why it's called pulling taffy, but maybe we'll come up with another name too. Now watch, exhale, push in. And again, inhale. Pulling away. Okay, and exhale, push in. You might start to feel that energy moving down through the other arm. Okay, again, inhale. And exhale. Pause here. You may notice that your little chi ball has gotten bigger. Okay, we'll do the other side. Inhale, pulling away. And exhale, pushing in. Again, inhale. And exhale, pushing in, condensing. Okay, one more. Inhale, pulling away. And exhale. Okay. So there's a little chi ball. And then what we're going to do, there's a lot of ways we can come into this. We can just step into a horse stance, or you can like inhale, heel toe out. All right, little chi ball. I'm going to come deeper into my horse stance. Oh, that's interesting. Left one in front of right. That's it, Mary. So you can see, we're going to do archer. I'm like this. So I'm kind of like, this is my bear. We've done bear a bunch of times, right? I have so much energy happening in my hands right now, right? But what I'm going to do is cross left hand in front of right. Okay, come into your horse stance. Make sure the earthly door is closed. Inhale. Exhale. Archer. Okay, and try to keep your upper body in the center line. So don't be like over here or over here. And the fingers are turned outward. And I have my fist right at my cheekbone, you know, like I do, actually, I should go shoot my arrows later. But this, when you are pulling a bow, the cheekbone is like that kind of proprioception, right? I get here, I release. And then the forefinger is pointing up. Nice, Lindsay, that looks beautiful. And then inhale, come back to center. Now right is in front of left. That's it. So you're harnessing all of this energy. Exhale, release. And now you can pull the hand back even further. Inhale. Coming back to center. Gathering, gathering, gathering. Left hand in front of right. Exhale. Okay, so we're going to do a few more, but let's go slowly, slowly. Inhaling. Harnessing, gathering. Exhale. Release. Pause here. And you may notice light springing up from your forefinger. It might have a color. And then inhale. Slowly, slowly gathering, harnessing, releasing. Nice. Now, Risham, make sure, if you can, that the toes are facing forward and your hips are square to me. Yeah, that's it. Yep, just like you're on a horse. Let's do 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Inhale, gather, gather. Exhale. Okay, and you can turn this into a little bit of an upper back bend, right? Opening across the sternum and then coming back into center. Actually, we'll do that again so you can feel that, right? So exhale here. I'm kind of opening and then coming back to center. The last one. Inhale. Exhale. Pause. Notice. See yourself as the incredibly strong Dharma protectors that you are. And then inhale, step back. And hands coming into Taiji Mudra. Exhale. Pause and notice. Inhale, release the mudra. Okay, and for those of you that have a tendency like I do to see light and color and shade in my body, notice if it's switched, right? Perhaps one side was dark and the other side light. Sometimes they switch. And then inhale, turn the palms down to the earth. Perhaps giving a moment of thanks for the wisdom of the earth. And exhale, hands to the human. Perhaps giving thanks to the human. And then I just want to we'll come and sit because I want to be able to talk about some of that so that if you guys have any questions, I prefer to do workshop style. So do you, hi everybody. I always feel like there's such a journey that happens. This is why I don't need to do any psychedelics. So do you notice the difference between those two, the heaven element and Archer? Right, you're all going to have your own experience of them, but the heaven element is just such a balancing. Yeah, and Archer is like, you know, Archer is one of my favorites. But I wanted to know if you had any questions, you know, because really, 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 the whole point of me offering is that this becomes your own practice.
I don't have any questions about what we did today, but the Taiji Mudra, right? It's called Taiji.
Taiji, yeah.
Taiji.
Yeah. It's
and
like
the left hand comes over the right, correct?
The traditional way that I was taught is that if you are a woman, it's left over right. And if you're a man, it's right over left. But however, many of us identified differently during the course of one day as male or female. So whatever comes naturally.
Okay.
Your body will do it anyway. For me, it's always been left over right. That's just what my body does. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
But it's a really good question. I know a lot of men where the left hand comes over right, and I know a lot of women where right hand comes over left. And
yeah, my right just comes over the left, and then I have to like force the left over the right. So
play with that.
okay.
Do you know what I mean? All of this is like notice, play, notice. And then when we did 3 treasures, you know, like that's such a remember, because there's a lot of parallels in the standing movement practice with seated movement practice. When we're doing standing 3 treasures, that is the microcosmic orbit in which we're moving energy from the lower dantian to the middle and to the upper, right? Mary, you got a question or thought? You're muted. No, but you suddenly got that, yeah? It's like when we do 5 elements, there's a Tuguna Shen 5 elements sitting practice. to clear the organs, right? Sometimes a seated practice is not appropriate for where we are, right? If you're working with a lot of upregulation, making yourself do a seated practice is maybe inappropriate, right? A moving practice is better, right? And then sometimes a moving practice is like you're tired, you know? And I do want to play with sharing with you guys the standing, not moving practice, which is super amazing and intense and like a doorway to wisdom. It's really beautiful. If you guys are down for it, we can start playing with that. It's just that you're standing there for like 15 minutes, seemingly not doing anything. But meanwhile, your brain is like working with some really interesting stuff. Yeah. Any other questions or thoughts?
I had a question, kind of like technical question about in archer, the arm that is bent, what is that hand doing? So I know that the straight arm, the fingers are pulling back. What is this arm, the hand doing?
So this, yeah, it's hard to see through Zoom. So I'm really glad that you asked that question. And you know me, I love technical alignment questions, right? So I'm first here, and then if I go here, right, this is also the beginning of Black Dragon, but this comes here.
This is a fist with the fingers out.
With the fingers out. It's like a fist, right? A traditional bow and arrow is this way. All right, so everybody do this with me like this, traditional, right? So 2 fingers and you bink. I'm gonna have to shoot in my backyard later. But all right, so notice what happens when you turn the fist this way. Do you feel that in your shoulder blade? And also down to the obliques.
Yeah, for sure.
That is fascinating, right? And then that goes into the foot too. So this practice, remember, this practice is thousands of years old, in which people were riding horseback and releasing arrows at the same time. And they were doing it bareback, right? So if I'm like this, that connection moves down all the way down the side body through the obliques into the rotation of the foot that is holding me on that horse. Right? So what I like, and that you can play with here, is you can open. Yeah. And for whatever reason, I managed to crack my back whenever I'm doing that. Like, so it's a nice way to play with the fire energy that's coming up and have a little bit of a back bend. And I found it's a way that does not induce too much upregulation. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's
like
definitely
sometimes in a yoga practice, if you're doing a back bend and you're working with any anxiety, that's like the worst thing that you should do, right? Because you're too open. Yeah, I've been in classes sometimes where I'm like, yeah, nope, not gonna do that. So I'll just do something else. But you know, so it's a nice way to begin to have that energy come up. And the other thing that I like about it is that it makes us feel strong and enabled, which is the opposite of having anxiety, right? Things to play with. But Mikhail, you got a question?
Yeah, the other hand, did you have all 4 fingers up or just one of them?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So it's this fingers up, and then these are in this posture. The knuckles are bent.
Yes.
Yeah, you got it. That's it. And it's funny because I noticed my hands are a little stiff because I was hitting the bags, but yeah. That's it, Risham. Yep. And you'll start to see, right? So our bodies, we know this, right? Our bodies are more than just this. There's the subtle body, right? And the subtle body begins to start to expand outward and outward and outward. And then we're talking, you know, Nirmanakaya, Dharmakaya, Sambhokaya, right? Notice. Extend. It's interesting stuff that begins to happen when you're playing with all this. These are shamanic practices. They truly are, you know, and I think that Qigong is probably most closely, in my experience, Qigong and Bon and Dzogchen are all intertwined. So you're playing with the elements of the universe, the elements of your own body. They're the same thing. And then, you know, if you start to in your practices also correlate and correspond to the 5 Buddha families and the elements, and start to see the connections, you know, and we can talk more about that too. Right. But, you know, I love the idea of being a prayer wheel. Right. It's pretty nice. That's a nice idea. It was really great to share practice with you guys. Hit me up with any questions at any time, of course. And maybe be happy, peaceful, safe, and at ease.
Is the class continuing, Gina?
Probably. Today's supposed to be the last class, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
I know. I saw that. I posted it on Instagram because I finally remembered to post it. And I was like, ooh, it's the last class. Let me reach out to everybody and see. The other idea that we could do like a workshop, you know, like an 1.5-hour workshop, or maybe a 2-hour workshop to really kind of, right? Because this part of it is so important, you know, absolutely important. So we'll figure it out. And Mikkel, are you on any of like the social media stuff?
Yeah, I get all the updates on Facebook, and I think I'm on Instagram too.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
And I get your newsletter too, so I'll get it.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Yeah, it'll keep going in one way or another. All right.
Yeah, if possible, it's so, thank you so much for class. To have the consistency, I think really builds, actually. I think at least for me, being able to do this weekly, you know, I know we all need some breaks, but I think it's such a, I can just feel my body changing.
Yeah, it's good for me too, you know, it helps ground me, because if I'd be like writing a paper right now. So thank you for saving me. All right.
Or not writing a paper.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Now actually I'll be able to write a better paper. It's, you know, practicing first is always useful. All right, I gotta get going, but please have a wonderful day, rest of your day into your evening. Take care.
Thank you.